Okay. So we didn't get a 3 streak in. I missed yesterday again. In fairness, I wasn't home most of the day. Because after work, I went out with my mom to some like store and we got dinner and stuff, and I just didn't. There was a place they wanted to check out, and nothing much came of it other than good food. I mean, they got some stuff. I didn't really get some stuff. It was like some like overstock place where they get all the like damaged boxes and overstock stuff from like Amazon and like big stores, and then they stock it up and sell it like half retail price. And there's a couple of good things there. I just not stuff I needed to spend my money on. But the food was pretty good. We went to some Hawaiian place. Got some nachos and shrimp tacos. I got 2 shrimp tacos. I only ate the one. I have the other one. I should eat that before it gets too bad. I don't know. I don't normally. I forget about leftovers easily. I don't like eating leftovers. But it's only been there a day. I think, yeah, I'll probably eat it when I'm done with this. Because I barely ate any. Like, I got home, I had like a spoonful of peanut butter because I couldn't think of what else to eat. And then I just forgot I had the thing in the fridge. Because I don't really have a lot of food. And I don't like eating. Yeah. Anyway. I'll probably. I think there's like a pretty cool event going on in VR chat tonight. So. Hopefully that'll be fun. I don't know. Shit's been hard, man. There's one thing that I have like avoided talking about, and I don't know why. And maybe some of the things I've said have made it obvious. I don't know. But I don't want to get into all that here. No. No, I don't need to get into all that here. ASL is cool. I didn't do a whole it's well, I think because I didn't really do any like actual practicing yesterday or whatever. I mean, I think I looked up some things and like, because the thing about ASL is ASL being American Sign Language, in my variant or whatever that I'm learning, VR ASL, because it's been sort of translated into VR chat. The thing about it for me is it's still English, and I know English, and I have a good memory, and I'm good at like connecting things. So I'm just connecting English words and phrases and concepts with hand signals. I don't have to learn like a new language and a new grammar structure and new words. I have to just connect things that my body is already capable of doing with words that I already know. So it's just about creating new pathways and not about creating entirely new thoughts. So I've been taken to it like a fish to water almost. Not really. I don't know. I picked a lot of it up pretty quick. I've got the alphabet down. I've got a handful of other little words and things that I'm remembering. I can't really give any examples given that the webcam isn't on. I could turn it on, surely, but I'm not going to. It's Saturday. Maybe next week I'll do the whole video in sign. What? Hold on. Anyway. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. There's some like, because there's different avatars that have like different levels of compatibility with ASL. So it's like, I found a couple that I like. I think I'm gonna take a look at some more that do like different things and see if I can, because I learned new things about my controller. Like just from doing this alone, I've like realized that like, because I have a Vive Cosmos, and the Vive controller has a thing in VR chat called Vive Advanced Control. And there's some avatars that take advantage of this, and it's like, the different positions of the stick correspond to normally you just like the so you have the control stick or whatever in the controller, the joystick that you can move to different position to like the different outer reaches of the whole circle. Say like if you push it forward, you're pointing. If you pull it backwards, then you're still pointing, but your thumb is up. If you push it to the left, it's a thumbs up. If you push it to the right, there's a couple different things that can happen. There's different sort of like areas that they can do different things, but that's only to the extremities of the circle. And then in the center of the circle, and this is new, I didn't realize this at all until now, just putting my thumb on the stick makes the hand go into a fist. And like this messed me up a whole bunch initially until I realized it, because I would try to rest my thumb on the stick and just use the trigger to do certain things, because the trigger can also be part of the gestures. But I didn't realize that if I just rested my thumb on the stick, it makes a fist, which is kind of cool that it actually has a sensor for just like your hand is on the stick. But with Vive Advanced controls, you can have multiple gestures all within the entire range of motion of the stick. So and I'm gesturing with the mouse. I don't know how hard it is to see, but anyway, so like the center of the stick, yeah, that's a fist, but move it just a little bit up and to the right, it's something else, kind of. It's weird. Like you have to, at least on the avatar I had to like go into the menu and turn on Vive Advanced controls, and then it was that, and then I think I can lock certain things. So there's another thing too with the trigger has multiple stages in itself. It's got feedback or whatever, so it's like the different stages of the trigger can correspond to like the fist slowly closing or whatever. You just slowly close the trigger, and then at the very end of the trigger there's a click, like you can reach the bottom and then you can go a little bit further and actually like click a button. And if you do that while holding the control stick, you reprogram the trigger to correspond to that action on the control stick, which I never knew. And I initially, like, I accidentally did that a bunch and always just assumed that my avatar broke or something, or my shit was glitching out, because the trigger normally makes a fist, but I accidentally changed it such that the trigger makes a thumbs up or something. And I'm like, why am I only making a thumbs up now? I want to be making a fist. So it's like, now that I know that, there's more things that I can do. There's more things I need to try to figure out in terms of like how to interact with the controller to make more hand symbols and stuff. It's cool. It's the kind of thing that I like, and just like knowing how to do, and just like crazy button combinations has always been just like fun for me. Just learning, just whack-a-doodle fucking like hold this and this and that, and like, and then that's your cheat code and shit like that. And like I reprogrammed my Steam controller or whatever. I added a whole alphabet to it. I think I made a video about this forever ago, but yeah, I literally fucking added an entire alphabet to the Steam controller, just like pushing certain buttons and holding different button combinations to change what buttons type, and like I barely used it. It mostly was just a funny thing, and just like at the time, the way my computer was set up, I could just like be chilling on the bed, and then I was like, if I don't want to have my keyboard in the bed, I could use the controller, and I could navigate the whole desktop with that in a way that I was more comfortable with, instead of like pulling up a weird keyboard in midair or whatever. But I mean, well, that not that that's a bad keyboard. I just thought it'd be funny if I could switch to just pushing the buttons on the thing and then just learn it. And like the way I did it was probably not the best, but it was still cool. Because I did it like I basically just went through the alphabet and mapped the buttons and said, okay, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, whatever. I should have tried to group them up like commonly used commonly used letters, so that the ones that I needed the most were the easiest to access. But I didn't do that, which is kind of good and bad, I guess, because now that it's been forever since I've touched that, if I just pick it up now, I can still more easily remember what they are, because I know generally, okay, it starts with A and it ends with Z, and it goes in this sort of sequence of letters. So like I could technically use it, but if I wanted to actively use it all the time, which I don't, but if I did want to, then it would probably be better to rewrite it such that the more common letters were more easily accessible. Anyway, that's, yeah. I barely use my Steam controller. I'm not even sure where it is. It should be on this desk somewhere. Most of my controllers are somewhere on this desk, but yeah. I've still been using my Wii U Pro controller, because I like the feel of it. I like the clicky buttons. The sticks are still good. Everything is still good about this controller. The only time I ever don't use the Wii U Pro controller is when I'm playing GTA and I want triggers that are adaptive or whatever, because I want to be able to just like move slowly. Because the Wii U Pro controller, the triggers are just buttons. They aren't adaptive. I don't know if adaptive is the right word. Capacitive? I think it's capacitive, actually, where there's different levels to the trigger, to holding the trigger, and it interacts with the thing or whatever. I think the GameCube was the first thing to have that. It's very cool. I'm glad it exists. But yeah, I have a DualShock. That I use for that. Oh yeah, that's right. I started one. I can resume it. Yeah, I have a DualShock that I can plug into and use on GTA. And you might be thinking, why don't I just use the DualShock on everything? The reason is the DualShock has to be plugged in. It does not work wirelessly, which is the only reason I have the DualShock, because it was originally my brother-in-law's, because he has the PlayStation 4, and now he's got a PlayStation 5 even. But this DualShock 4 controller, something happened to the battery, I guess, where it just doesn't turn on just by the button anymore. So I have to I can just plug it in via USB, and that still works as a controller, but as soon as it's unplugged, it's gone. It's off. It does not hold a charge. It doesn't. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it still works as a controller. It works perfectly fine. Everything about it works perfectly fine, other than that fact. At least I think it's I'm pretty sure it's the battery. I'm pretty sure it goes off every time I unplug it. It could be like the PlayStation button itself. Like you're supposed to turn it on with the PlayStation button, and that button is broken, so it doesn't turn on. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if there's any way for me to test that, like just by plugging it into the computer and then seeing if the PlayStation button does anything, because I don't know if it normally would, right? Because it's not even like Steam is turning it into X input in order for it to interact with these games. So like, I don't know. It's a fine enough controller. I'm just very used to this Wii U Pro controller. If it ever breaks or whatever, I'd probably just order another one. I would probably just find another one on eBay. Maybe one of the Switch ones, and get an adapter or something, because I imagine they're pretty similar. But yeah, this controller has done me well. I like the layout of it. I like that, like I said, the buttons are very clicky, the sticks are reactive, and I've had it for years now. I haven't had my Wii U in a long time. We lost it. I'm pretty sure somebody stole it. And I know who stole it, and what I know about her, I'm pretty fucking sure she stole it. She said she didn't take it, but it's not in the house anymore. Anyway, I mean, it could still be over there, because it would have been at my mother's house, and she had this this girl or whatever that came by and helped around the house and stuff. And I'm pretty sure she walked off with my Wii U. I could be wrong. It could just be in mom's house somewhere. I don't know though. Am I getting the things and not seeing? I'm just not getting the fucking relics anymore. That's craziness. Right? Cuz like yeah. I don't get relics anymore. I don't know what the fuck happened, what they changed to make that the case, but oh well. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go eat that other shrimp taco and probably hop on VR chat for a bit. Take care of yourself.